the prettiest angle. Another walk day. All right, so what you read was not clickbait. It's totally happening. All right, man, you guys are awesome. I haven't even got a chance to, I'm not doing this very well. I haven't gotten a chance to respond to pretty much any of the comments from last week when I just told you that I'm not enough. I cannot do it all, and I'm okay with that. This is my best. So as I've kind of released that and admitted that, I feel like God knew that, but I didn't want to know that. I didn't want to admit that. God has released more to me. So I'm going to tell you, my homeschool life is minimal. It's just pathetically minimal. I'm exhausted. I'm not holding my kids accountable as much as I want to. And I'm going to be right down honest. If I have hired somebody to do the work I'm doing, I would fire them. And I'm firing myself. Firing myself from homeschooling. And I'm okay with that. I haven't been okay. I've cried. I'm terrified. I'm terrified I'm a failure. I feel like a quitter. But I'm realizing I need to take care of my home, and I need to be mom first before I am homeschool mom. And having a small identity crisis. My kids are having a small identity crisis. I feel like they need a break. And I feel like they're going to do okay. I don't know. So here's a new journey. And then I've been debating. I want to give me what your thoughts are. I'm thinking about changing my channel name to Just Trish. Instead of Just So Trish. Just Trish. JT. Just Trish. But I love homeschooling. I loved homeschooling in the beginning. But through everything that I've been through, living the way we have, and just pushing through, and I have to say, I have a hard time being a quitter. I will do a lousy job before I will quit. And sometimes that's the worst. Have you ever... I feel so lost in sharing this. I feel so lost. And I know I'm going to have some serious, why would you do that? Just leave them home and let them be miserable. And that's been my mantra. Keeping them home is better than taking them there. But they're getting older, and I have so many of them. And this could be a series of videos of why I sent my kids to school. And I'm never probably going to do it justice than just sitting and having coffee with you. Which I really wish I had my coffee. I really wish my coffee was sitting in the park so I could have my coffee. I feel like I'm beginning to unravel. And I've had many times in my season of motherhood, between anxiety and exhaustion, I have unraveled. And I'm no good to myself, my husband, my family, my home, nothing. And everything falls apart. And I guess call it maturity, call it perimenopause. I don't know what you want to call it. But I know I am falling apart. And I want to save myself before it happens. Oh. Saying that out loud just makes me want to cry. I just want to save myself before I fall apart. Before I unravel completely. Before it takes a year again to bring myself back together. I want to save myself. Because what I found out, and you might be blessed, and this is not your case. My hardworking, amazing husband that works his tail off so I could stay home isn't going to save me. My kids aren't going to save me. It's just me and Jesus. And I feel my health deteriorating. I feel a lot of things deteriorating. And I have a good time and I find ways to have a great time. But the day-to-day, the anxiety is kicking in and I'm just wore out. I'm just too tired. I'm tired that it's up to me to be my kids' social motorboat. I feel like I am their captain and their motor to every little thing they want to do in life. And they haven't learned to take their own initiative to be, in life. And I feel like my daughter's ninth grade, she could seriously just go to college. But there's a lot of social things she has a hard time with. And it's not every one of my kids. I have, and oh goodness, let's back up here before I even get into them individually. Let's go back to me feeling like a quitter and a failure. Okay, so number one, I feel like I'm quitting on my kids. And yet at the same time, I know that they just need me. I need to just be their mom right now. God has just put it on my heart. I just need to be their mom. I can help them at the end, but it needs to be somebody else that's holding them accountable and everything else. I feel like a failure. I feel like a failure because I see what some of my kids are strong at and I see what some of my kids have just faltered at. And I'll look at one and I'm like, oh my goodness, I haven't done you right. I haven't done, this and the other for you. Oh, they're going to think I was a horrible mom. I kept you out of school and I didn't even get you up to speed on this and that. And oh my goodness, you're not doing this well. And I'm looking at their failures, or not their failures, their weaknesses. And I just kind of realize, and I've said this out loud to God several times. I'm like, Lord, I feel like I've failed them because this one's not good at math and this one's not good at writing. This one can't spell. And finally, after some time with that, I'm like, wait a minute, I poured the same thing into all of them. I have poured, and some of them that really have had a hard time, I've poured more into. This is just what comes out. This is just their struggle, and I'm personifying it as though it's my struggle or it's my failure. It's where I have not measured up. And in reality, this is just what they struggle with, and I've poured what I can into them. And I poured the same things, and each one comes out with something different. I'm scared we got to be up in the morning and have to be somewhere. And how to manage that. I mean, this is new territory. I mean, I went and I told myself I wasn't going to do it because I went to the enrollment. And I was like, I just want to lay my heart on there and just hope somebody's going to take care of it, as I'm like, this is my struggle. And I'm like, don't do that because it's going to get smashed. Somebody's going to see my heart on the table and just smash it with a hammer and tell me this is why you should have put your kids in school the whole time. I got there, inevitably, who I am. I threw my heart on that table. I looked at her and I said, I've been doing this for 10 years. I've been homeschooling for 10 years. This is really scary. This is the unknown, and I don't know how to maneuver this. I don't know how to do this. I don't know what this is. And I mean, I know it's like, oh, just put your kids in school, it's good. I don't know this journey with my kids. I know what my journey was. I don't know how to do this. And I looked at the woman, I said, and I'm tired. And she must have been God sent. And I know this is not most anyone's experiences. And she just kind of took me by the hand and she was just like, it's okay. Girl, you're allowed to be tired. You get to rest. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's like the voice of an angel. Thank you. So I think I'm expecting a journey relapse. By next week, they should all be in school. Doing a lot, going through back and forth the paperwork. My high schooler is not happy. She's pretty much ticked off. And I'm just like, it's going to happen. Whether you like it or not. And I'm like, it's going to happen. And at the end of the year, we can decide what we're going to do. But right now, we're going to try this. And there's parts of me that says, I don't need everybody to go to school. But I kind of want to put everybody into school so that one, I can have a break and I can catch myself before I fall apart. And two, who knows who's going to find the perfect fit? There's some of them that might have been like, I think my high school schooler will be like, this is awesome. And I'm going to be like, thank you. And I think there's some that think that this is going to be fantastic and they might hate it. So I'm just like, everybody have an experience and let's deal with it independently. I also feel like I can do the same amount of effort I was doing with having a whole break for the day when they get home and kind of do, after homeschooling is one of them. And yeah, I told my daughter's the oldest. She's the one that has the eating issues, and we're like still doing testing on that and has, medical issues. And she is just like, I told her, I said, I would have time to cook for you again because it's been food garbage every day, any day, whatever day I can make it happen because I'm tired. So yeah, this is me. I'm too tired to homeschool. And this is what's happening. The biggest homeschool advocate out there is taking a break. And, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not anti-public school. I'm not pro homeschool. I'm just like school choice. Do what's right when it fits you. And I have a girlfriend that's transitioned to homeschooling, and I see how much it's changed her, and it's really made me reflect on who I am. And I've had some homeschool friends that have questioned me, and they're like, and what is it that you think you're going to get out of this? What is it that you think you need? And I'm just, she's like, why do you need to do this? And I looked at her and I was like, I need them out of my face. That's kind of extreme. I don't mean it like that. I'm not trying to do the, yay, they're off to school. And it's like, but I love being with my kids. I like being with me too. Just myself. And sometimes, and I mean, I'm probably going to talk about this because I think I could be a poster child to it. I didn't even know I was doing it, but sometimes as homeschool moms, we're so busy being the martyr for our family, and nobody asked us to. I'm not saying quit your homeschool. Oh, heck no. If you got it going on, do it. It's good stuff. I'm so glad I've done it to this point. But I know right now I need to. And as I've been sharing my heart with my friends, and I'm like, I'm not really content with the level I've been bringing. They kind of let me know it's been going on a lot longer than I realized. And they're like, when you closed the door to the world for 10 months, that probably was a good time for you to stop. And you've been on fumes ever since. And so that's some of the part too, because I've been watching that in my world, where people stay in a position too long, longer than they should. And everything they've done that was amazing is kind of disintegrated and not remembered. What they remember is what was left. And so I'm like, kind of keeping that mind, like, don't stay in something past what you should. Get out while it's still good. Not, once it falls apart. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's what this time is. I need to get out before it falls apart. And it's getting there. And my kids deserve to have more cheerleaders in their life than just their mother. Anyway, it's kind of like this video. I should let it go before it falls apart. Ha 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 ha. But I've been walking every day, Fitbitting it out. Got new shoes. Just taking my time for myself around my park. I will talk to you later. Love you.